Hi, welcome to KartTV. I'm Nils Schneider, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite spring soups, Beet Gazpacho. All right, so first things first, what you want to do is you want to preset your oven to 375 to 400 degrees, and that's just going to be preparing for our beets. What we're going to do is we're going to just make some light little incisions around, and that just kind of helps it cook through if it's a larger beet. If they're smaller, you don't really need to do that. I like to wrap it in foil if you're just kind of cooking one beet at a time. Again, if you're doing a whole tray, you can just wrap the whole thing in foil. This just allows the steam to get trapped and it just kind of cooks through a little bit better. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and roast these, and they're gonna take about an hour, maybe about an hour and a half, depending on the size of the beets. The way you can check is, again, skewering inside, and if there's no resistance into the beet, then they're cooked through. All right, so now that you've roasted your beets, you've chilled them, you've peeled them, and processed them into nice little chunks like this, we're gonna use roughly about 3 medium-sized beets for this recipe. So we're gonna go right into our blender with most of the ingredients. Today I have red onion, I've got some garlic cloves, some dill and cucumber. I've got some red wine vinegar as well. Usually it can be sherry vinegar, depends on just what you have. And then I've just got a little bit of salt and veg stock. So we'll go in with the beets firstly here. Again, roughly about 3 medium-sized beets. If you have leftovers, if you made the salad before, this is a really great recipe to use all of them up. All right, so now that your beets are in, we're gonna go in with our veg stock, our cucumber, and everything else essentially. The only thing we're not going to add to this is our salt, just because we're gonna season at the end. So I've got my red onion, my cloves of garlic, my dill, my stock, my cucumber. And then lastly, we're just gonna add a couple tablespoons of vinegar. Now with this, we'll start low and slow, and then we'll just kind of build up the speed as we go, making sure we're really blending thoroughly until the entire mixture is nice and smooth. All right, so now that you've blended all of your ingredients, we're just going to add in our salt and give it one last final pulse, and then we're ready to plate. All right, so now that your gazpacho has been seasoned, everything's nice and pureed, smooth, it's time to plate. So I like to just kind of go in right from the blender. Again, if you're not ready to serve, you can throw it in a container. It sits in the fridge for a couple days, and these are totally optional, but these are some of my favorite garnishes. I have a little bit of sour cream here, and just a little extra bit of dill here. So we'll just do a nice little dollop of the sour cream, and then we'll get some sprigs of dill here. Just pick them nicely. Thanks for tuning in to KartTV. I'm Nils Schneider, and this is one of my favorite spring soups, the Beet Gazpacho.